Hi, this will be about my barley bread, which I call Byblos. It is 100% barley sourdough bread from ancient times. Okay, in this version, uh, I have improved the process to make it easier. And the recipe, the end result, I think it's slightly better. Very good bread. So step-by-step instructions for you, and I hope you like it. And you be successful in making barley bread yourselves. A cold January day, and I'm going to make some Byblos bread today. Okay, cool. So I've got this barley flour, 5 kilos, and the first step is to make a barley starter, sourdough starter. Okay, so what I will be doing is I will be putting 400 grams of barley flour, 400 grams of water, be mixing them and put them in this jar, cover it with this 400 grams of flour here. I'll use scales to measure everything precisely. I'm using warm water. I have a thermometer on this one, you see. So it's now, I'm not sure if you see, but it's now about 40 degrees, this one. So 30 to 40. 40 is probably a bit too much, but about 30 degrees, 35. Okay, so I'm going now with 400 grams of water. I'm going to mix everything very well. And now I'm transferring it here into this jar. I will put a little bit more water. Like this. Instead of throwing it away, I'm mixing it well. And I'm going to put it on top. Okay, like this. Okay. So now my plan is for this first one to act a little bit similar to what I do with tiff. Okay, so now I'm going to add some more water in here to cover it. Okay. To cover this, like this. Okay. I will store it here like this. Okay. And I'll be monitoring it. But I expect at least not today, it's not tomorrow, the day after, or in 2 or 3 days, then to do something with it. So now I'll just leave it. This is at day 1.5. Now it's 48 hours after I put it, and it's time for me to renew the starter. You see, this is how it looks now. So what I'm going to do, 400 grams flour, 400 grams water, which is now, you see, 32 degrees, and about 150 to 200 grams of this starter. Okay, and now I'm going to add from here. Okay, this is sufficient. Okay. So 160. Like this. Now with this first remaining semi-fermented dough, I will try to make something interesting. Don't really have a name for it, but will be something like cheesy pancakes. I don't know. So a little bit of salt. I will grate this cheese and we'll put 2 eggs. Okay. Okay, so here is everything. I'm going to put it here. Okay. Okay, now that the takoyaki is ready, I will make the next batch. This is day 3, total day 5. Today is day 5 since I started to make the starter from barley flour. Okay, it's in the morning. I started 5 days before in the evening, so basically now it's almost day 5. It's 4 days and a half and a little bit more. So this is what the starter is. I use new technique now in order to minimize the waste, to make it much more simple. So this is just the second starter that I made. A total of 800 grams of barley flour I used so far. Okay, so this technique is much easier to apply, but you still need to wait for these days to pass, you know. You cannot skip that. So today I'll be making the final step of the starter, and I expect this to last until this evening, so maybe for about up to 10 hours, maybe less. So my plan is to use about 200 grams of this, put it here with 500 grams of flour, 500 grams of water, and then I will put it back into this jar, and in the evening I will have this thing full of starter, which I will distribute and I will store in the refrigerator. Okay, in the refrigerator, and then I can use it when I like. At the very top it's a little bit gray. I'll discard this. I now transfer this here, and now I will put some of the starter here. Okay, so that was about 6 tablespoons of starter that I've put, 200 grams. Okay, now I'm going to wash the jar. And now I can put the lid. Okay. And I put it back here. And I will watch it. По-добро каманчик.
Что не про? Да.
Аз съм Милена. Да, винаги срещна много силни сиренцето и така нататък. Всичко това естествено изискваше. Явно му е толкова интересно, тъй като един типичен домакин искаше за нас всичко да е перфектно. Добре, ти сега за първи път дали наистина готвиш да това е салатата, ядат салата, след което се понася основното. Аз обичам всичко. Няма и всичко.
И ние в жената каза, ние решихме и сега.
Аз имам нещо интересно по мен.
Не беше реклама.
Винаги ходят на първо да се понася.
Беше...
So that's 500 grams barley flour, 450 grams water, 10 grams sea salt, and what was about 350 grams of the barley starter. That's all. Okay, I have mixed now the dough well, and I'm going to cover it now with a lid, and it will stay overnight. So now it's almost 10 o'clock in the evening, so tomorrow around 7 I'll have a look at it and we'll proceed to the next step. 3 hours and 15 minutes later, I'm ready for baking. You see, this is how it looks now. My oven is preheated at 220 degrees Celsius, and I intend to bake this for about 50 minutes. And now it's time for Byblos. 50 minutes later. Okay, so Byblos is ready, Byblos is good, everything's alright with Byblos. This time I decided to make 2 smaller breads, and they look just alright. Okay, so now I will put them here so they can cool down like this. Okay, they need to cool down and they will be ready. Okay, let's check it out. Check it out to take your chance. Okay, you see? Everything's all right, isn't it? It's all right, yeah. Good. So as usual, texture very good. It's very slightly sticky. Very slightly sticky. Nothing on my finger, so very good quality. As you can see, the texture is right. And now let's check out the taste. Hi guys, let's see. Really good. Very slightly sour, no bitterness, unique taste. Granary reminds me of old times, like farm bread. There is this unique barley taste that you cannot get from the wheat, no matter what you do. With very nice crust, not too hard to break your teeth, you know, but hard enough. And I think it's a very successful product. So this is my Byblos 2.0 version, okay? A little bit improved. And if you're interested, you remember I separated the starter into 3. With 1 part I made this bread, and 2 other equal parts I put in this. So it's now in the refrigerator. Here is the other one. And I intend to keep it there up to 2 weeks. I think within 2 weeks we will be alright. So when I make the next bread, I will use one of them. And the third one I will keep, because you saw how time consuming is to make the starter. It took me 5 days. So the next time, the third time I want to make bread, I will take it out of the refrigerator. I put it into 500 grams of barley flour and 500 grams of water, which will be warmed to 35 degrees. I will mix it with that. We'll let it stay for 8 hours or so. And then again, we'll separate it into 3. With 1 part I will make the bread, and 2 parts I will keep in the refrigerator. So this way I'll be renewing the starter, but as I said, I can do that within 2 weeks. I don't need to do it tomorrow, the day after. I can go on holiday, I can do everything else. I can forget completely about barley bread, then come back to it. So it's low maintenance, and to me it works. So with that in mind, thank you so much for watching. Try Byblos version 2 and see you next time. Bye.